I am literally shaking right now typing this at 2 in the morning because I just finished reading the General Hospital spoilers for the next 3 weeks of April 6th through April 24, and my brain is absolutely short-circuiting. I have been watching this show religiously since 2015, and I have seen some wild storylines, but the level of stress this current canvas is giving me is completely off the charts. I mean, can we talk about this? Am I the only one who feels like they are having a panic attack just thinking about what is about to happen to these characters? I need to get this out of my system before I explode because the sheer amount of chaos descending on Port Charles is just too much to handle alone. Between the massive cover-ups, the explosive confrontations, the blackmail, and the romantic disasters, I am half celebrating and half complaining about every single plot point. So grab a cup of coffee or a very strong drink because we need to deep dive into this absolute madness, starting with the absolute powder keg that is about to blow up in Carly's living room. I cannot believe they're doing this with Carly and Valentin. Okay, wait, I am getting ahead of myself, but I just have to scream about this first. The week is going to end on an explosive note because Jack Brennan is finally going to put it together that Valentin Cassadine is Carly's secret revenge partner. We all knew this was coming, right? We knew she couldn't keep a literal fugitive hidden inside her house forever without someone finding out, especially someone as sharp and suspicious as Brennan. But the fact that she not only hid Valentin but ultimately hit the sheets with him, I am screaming! I know some people are loving this sizzling alliance, and honestly, the chemistry is kind of undeniable, but personally, I am terrified for her. Carly is inevitably going to face massive backlash for this payback plot, but you know what? Good for her. I am totally on her side here. Carly feels completely justified in going behind Brennan's back and plotting against him because let's not forget the massive, unforgivable thing he did first. He lied to her face about Jocelyn's WSB recruitment. He dragged her daughter into a highly dangerous spy organization and put her in grave danger. If I were Carly, I would be teaming up with the devil himself to make Brennan pay, so Valentin is honestly a step up. The fury they are going to unleash on each other is going to be television gold, and I am so here for it. But, okay, back to the point. Because while Carly is playing spy games, Lulu Spencer is currently living my absolute worst nightmare. The alarm bells are going off for Lulu, and my stomach is in knots just reading about it. Dante is actively pressuring Lulu for information about Rocco's hand injury, and he wants to know why she didn't tell him that Rocco had to visit General Hospital. Dante is a detective, guys. He is not stupid. He knows something is off. It was the exact same night that Jason Morgan intentionally gave himself the exact same injury on Ross Cullum's gun as part of the massive cover-up. It is so easy to see how Dante is starting to put these puzzle pieces together, and it is terrifying. Lulu is in way over her head trying to manage this secret with Cassius, who is still pretending to be Nathan. Every time Dante asks a question, you can just see the panic in Lulu's eyes. How long can she realistically keep this from him? Rocco is eating himself alive with guilt, and Dante is circling the truth like a shark. I am dreading the moment Dante figures out his own son shot a WSB director and that his ex-wife lied to his face about it while Jason took the fall. Speaking of Jason, I am just so emotionally exhausted by his constant need to sacrifice himself for everyone else. Yes, it is noble that he is sitting in WSB custody taking the fall for a teenager. It is very classic Jason Morgan to protect the Falconary and Spencer kids at the cost of his own freedom. But it is destroying the people left behind, specifically Britt Westbourne. I am so frustrated with how the writers are treating Britt right now. She is stuck in yet another horrific jam, and this one might actually kill her. Since Britt desperately needs her Huntington's medication to literally survive, Cullum is using it as leverage again. He is refusing to give her any more doses until she identifies his real shooter. He knows Jason didn't do it. Cullum was staring right at Jason when he got shot in the back. Britt lied and said she saw Jason do it, even though she was unconscious, because Jason told her to. Now Cullum suspects Jason told Britt the whole truth before she covered for him, and he is demanding answers. Britt doesn't know it was Rocco. She is going to have to tackle this mystery herself if she expects to get her life-saving meds. How long will it take her to figure out that the sweet kid she is bonded with is the one who stepped up to save her and Jason from Cullum's wrath? It breaks my heart. And if that wasn't enough for poor Britt to handle, Cassius Faison, aka Fake Nathan West, is going to have a discussion with her and spill that Jen Sidwell is after her too, because of course he is. Britt betrayed the operation, and Sidwell is a vengeful monster who just declared war on Sonny at Marco's funeral. Britt is literally surrounded by enemies, Cullum holding her meds hostage, Sidwell wanting her dealt with, and Jason locked away unable to protect her. I mean, am I the only one who thinks Britt deserves a break? Just 1 month of peace and happiness? But no, she is fighting for her life on all fronts. I am just praying she figures out the Rocco secret and finds a way to outsmart Cullum before her symptoms start getting worse. Meanwhile, let's talk about Jack Brennan and his manipulative little schemes involving Jacinda Bracken. Brennan is pushing Jacinda to dig around and pry intel out of Charlotte Cassadine so he can get to Valentin. I am sorry, but this is such a flawed plan. It is highly doubtful that Charlotte is going to spill much of anything to Jacinda when they barely know each other. Charlotte is a smart girl. She is a Cassadine, for crying out loud. She is not going to just hand over her father's location to Michael's girlfriend. And speaking of Michael, he is rightfully uneasy when he finds out Brennan offered him info as a trade for Jacinda's help. Michael knows better than to trust a WSB director, especially after what they just did to Jason. I really hope Michael talks Jacinda out of this, because Brennan is just going to use her and throw her away. Jacinda has enough baggage as it is. She doesn't need to be tangled up in international espionage. And then there is Nina Reeves. GH spoilers say Nina is going to decide that enough is enough. Honestly, it is about time. Nina has been backed into a corner by Brennan, who threatened to expose the traffic cam footage of Willow near Drew's house if Nina didn't get Valentin's location from Charlotte. Nina has been agonizing over this impossible choice between protecting Willow and protecting Charlotte. I think she is finally going to snap. Whether she gets fed up with the Brennan situation and calls his bluff, or she gets fed up with Jacinda being problematic at work, I am ready to see Nina fight back. She has been playing the victim for too long in this specific storyline. Let's shift gears to something slightly more positive, but still stressful. Brooke Lynn Quartermain and Harrison Chase are finally going to find out whether Willow Kane was able to seal the deal on their foster parent application for baby Phoebe. I swear, if they don't get this baby, I am going to riot. They have been through so much, and they were so worried that Wiley asking the social worker what a hooker is was going to ruin their chances. But Willow actually has political power now as a congresswoman, and it looks like she is using it for good for once. I really hope Willow pulled the right strings, because Chase and Brooke Lynn desperately need a win. They are already so attached to this little girl. But of course, not all young love is thriving in Port Charles. We have a date night that is going to take a very wrong turn. Giovanni Gio Palmieri and Emma Scorpio Drake's evening together is apparently going to turn out to be a total train wreck. Why can't the teen, young adult scene just have one nice, normal date? Gio owes someone an apology by Wednesday, so he clearly messes up big time. I know he is planning a Broadway trip to make up for it later, but I just want to see them actually enjoy each other's company without disaster striking. It is a soap opera, I know, but give us a little romance. Now, let's get into the massive secrets floating around the hospital. Isaiah Gannon is going to uncover a secret, and it is going to bring big news and someone's desperate plea for him to keep quiet about it. At the same time, Curtis Ashford is going to get upset over a crisis. Are these two things connected? I have a strong feeling they are. We know Portia has been acting weird and might be dealing with a pregnancy-related scare, but there is also the massive, looming secret about the Drew Kane shooter. Trina and Kai Taylor know that Willow's ringtone matches the one heard the night Drew was shot. They know Willow did it. If Isaiah uncovers this truth, or if he uncovers something about Portia's baby, the fallout is going to be astronomical. Curtis is already so overbearing, and if he finds out Portia or Trina has been lying to him, he is going to lose his mind. And while all this modern-day drama is happening, Christina Corinthos Davis is taking a trip down memory lane. She is finally opening up to Jacinda about her traumatic past with Kiefer Bauer and her complicated romantic history with Ethan Lovett. I have been watching long enough to remember the absolute hell Christina went through with Kiefer, and it is so important that the show is acknowledging her history. Plus, we know Ethan is scheduled to return to Port Charles in mid-April. The timing is not a coincidence. Christina is reflecting on how Ethan friend-zoned her years ago, but with his return on the horizon, I am wondering if they are going to spark something new. Finally, we have Sonny Corinthos seeking Rick Lansing's help with something, which always means trouble. Rick is Sonny's new favorite attorney, and with Sidwell declaring all-out war, Sonny needs someone as cunning and morally flexible as Rick to help him navigate the legal and illegal landmines. And on a softer note, Cody Bell is going to take care of Molly Lansing Davis during her surgery recovery. Molly's endometriosis storyline has been so heartbreaking, and I really hope this surgery gives her some relief. Cody stepping up to support her is exactly what she needs right now. I am so emotionally invested in all of this, I don't know how I am going to survive the next 3 weeks. Between Carly's explosive showdown, Lulu's crumbling cover-up, Britt's deadly ultimatum, and all the secrets ready to burst, Port Charles is an absolute powder keg. I am going to need a lot of support from my fellow fans to get through this, because General Hospital is not holding back right now.